Hey everyone, it's Unyshek here. I'm going to bring you a film of a team doubles match. This is going to be Infinity Doubles. So when someone on the other team votes for Infinity, you're going to know they're going to want to use Jetpack or Promethean Vision, because that's the only reason people vote for Infinity, is so they can abuse those two armor abilities. What Kruger and I are probably about to do is look out over the lift, over this ledge, sorry, and catch someone jetpacking up. A common strategy is for the two players, they just spawn and they run forward and they just jetpack. And then they try and rain fire. And oh, wouldn't you know, two guys jetpacking with light rifles, trying to combo us across the map. So hopefully we catch them. If not, this might have been the first game we actually found out people were doing that. Ruined that kid with the bolt shot. And then he manages to kill me while Dan kills him. So now we know the kind of play style that these guys like. I called it pretty well. Anytime people vote Infinity, they want to abuse their abilities. So I managed to get a trade, and now we're all tied up. 3-3. That guy got the speed boost, no big deal. I might make the swap to light rifle soon, because light rifle is actually really good. But now Dan is all alone over there. So I need to make a move towards him so I can help him fight that guy. Don't get the kill on that first guy on top middle. I just put shots in him. And I tried to move over towards Dan. We got a nice team shot on that guy. I'm going to hide as Dan pushes out now and tries to bait someone out into the open. We still don't know where that other guy is. We now know he's trapped down low. Jetpacking up. He's got a rail. I thrust to the side to make him dodge it. And now he's going to try and rail me again. And he gets it. I'll show you the first dodge, actually. I wait till he's about to fire. Or I guess he just straight up missed it, man. How bad is he? But I'd always recommend thrusting at the split second before they fire the railgun. I missed like 3 shots right there, but whatever. Hopefully Dan can finish him. Let's see. He just waits. And I got a spawn to go help him out. I spawned right on close ramp. Really fortunate as we pin him. And now King Joker's there. Tell Dan not to push. Hopefully he doesn't push. Yep, he pushed. I remember that instance, actually. He pushed out, even though he was weak. Kind of a bummer. I got TT runs dubs trapped right now in that corner. And King Joker, what happened right here? King Joker's trying to hate on me, right? But he's out in the open, and I've got the cover. So Dan, now Kruger, shoots him across the map, and I'm keeping an eye on this guy who's trapped in the corner still. And Dan follows up and takes him out. Now, you're asking Unyshek, why aren't you on top middle or on an open side? Why are you hiding over here? Well, it's simple. Since I'm here, there's a ceiling. The jetpack is pretty much useless on this side or in the streets or on the bottom streets. Bottom streets, it's a little more effective because there's more room for them to go vertically. But when I stay on this side, I pretty much negate their jetpacks. I'm not going to stoop to their level and use jetpacks. So right here, I try and get a jumping BR shot. Didn't work out too well. And that guy gets a nice nade and BR on me. Was definitely not expecting a nice play. So these guys are actually decent. They play the heck out of doubles. This guy's gamer tag says TT runs dubs. So he obviously only plays doubles. Or plays the heck out of doubles. I'm going to lift towards top middle. And now I'm jumping down because I see that they are in fact on top middle. We've now isolated that guy. We took him out. I told Dan to back down. And we team shot this guy. I now have their light rifle as well. They spawn down low. I've got the best light rifle in the game, possibly. But it's definitely the best gun in the game. This guy gets the first 3 shots on me. I'm going to back out and try and stay alive. Dan takes him out. Now I'm going to push on the guy who's top middle. Dan ended up dying to him. I can't really push on him. It sucks. But I'm going to just try and put a nade over there. Didn't happen. Now I'm pushing in. no hesitation. Get the backsmack on the guy who's jetpacking. Nade that way. He jetpacks into the sky. He's got nowhere to hide. I destroy him. I ruin him. That's why jetpacks are dumb. I would never recommend using a jetpack. You break the map, but at the same time, at a cost, you end up becoming completely exposed in some situations. And that's supposed to be the trade-off, but in some cases, most cases, your body is so high that it's so hard to hit the guy in the head that you end up winning most of your fights when you're jetpacking. So it's kind of hard to argue against jetpack when you say, oh, they get super exposed, but we're not going to talk about that here. Jetpacks are just wrong because they break the maps so severely. And I just picked up the railgun, I believe, and now I'm pushing back towards top middle to help out Dan here. We got a nice team shot on TT. Now I see this guy, and King Joker peeks out instantly. Oh no, he didn't! Okay, so I got shot on the left. I killed the guy there. So I have a kill on this guy, right? There's a red X over there, and there's about to be a red X for this side. So considering a red guy died there, and a red guy died there, and I'm top middle, and I just came from there, the game is going to assume the safest spot for the first red guy to spawn is going to be right here. So I know that, and I decide I'm going to predict it and start charging up my railgun, and sure enough, the guy's right there waiting for me. I'm aiming too low. I whip it above his head because when you're jetpacking, they're going to go straight up, right? Put it just over his head, and you're going to see as it flies right at him, connects. I end up dying, but I also take him out and get the triple kill on him. So that's kind of embarrassing for them while they're using the overpowered armor ability. For me to just walk in there and straight rock his world. Right there I got a hit marker with the railgun. I'm waiting for him to jetpack. Sure enough, he tries to. And then I get a really, really lucky grenade. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of a lucky grenade. I wanted to bank the nade off the top of this thing, and I don't think I do. And it hits this ledge, and it bounces up right into the guy as he's jumping. Makes him one shot, I clean him up, and Kruger wins his fight over there. Now if you notice, Kruger won his fight in this tunnel because this guy is so used to having his jetpack to rely on that he doesn't know what to do when he can't use it. And he choked with the scatter shot. He didn't use his jetpack and he got owned. And so we ended up just going ahead even more so right there. So they're either going to spawn open there, blue, or open, blue, or red. We kind of left them open to spawn anywhere. And they ended up spawning red and open. It kind of stinks for me because I'm now trapped. I hit King Joker with one rail, and then TT, I wasn't expecting him to actually lift up. So I canceled my rail, and then I fake the push this way, because I know he's got the jetpack. So he can just lift up this way, and he'll be safe. Kruger is pushing down low, so there's no need for two of us to go down low. So I stay up top, and he's now trapped. Kruger ends up getting the kill, but I make sure he can't get out in case Kruger could not finish that kill. We completely pinched that kid. Now I know this guy's here. I've got a railgun. It hits him, but it doesn't kill. It flies out into the open. I have it red on him again. It doesn't kill, so I'm like, whatever. Screw that guy. He's out of the play. I'm going to help out Kruger. Kruger doesn't need my help, actually. And now I've got a railgun. TT runs dubs. Gets destroyed with his own gun, man. His own gun. It's embarrassing. These guys voted for Infinity so they could try and use their jetpacks against us. And really, we're using our knowledge of how to fight jetpackers to completely annihilate them. Right there, his jetpack finally came in handy and prevailed. I tell Dan back down, I'm here for you. Dan goes down, I nade down in case he decides to not jetpack, but of course he jetpacks, and I'm prepared for it with my battle rifle. We got 5 kills left. Pick up the light rifle because the light rifle is amazing. Nade to the left, hit that guy, Nading through the crack is really good. And then he pushes out, dude. Why would he push out? This guy's a... These are the kind of kids that play like matchmaking and really don't venture out. He's not thinking I'm gonna peek. I'm not moving, so he doesn't really know where I'm at. And he just peeks out, and sure enough, that was it. That nade was enough to make him weak, enough to kill him in one headshot, and I made him pay. Now I see both of them are over there on the street. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. Just gonna work with Dan. If we don't have the advantage, we're not gonna push. Kruger died, so I'm not really gonna push here. I'm just gonna try and stay alive. Joker tried to hit me with a bolt shot. I get him one shot, and his teammate's right there. Dan is now top middle. Just we don't need to push them and risk anything. We've got complete top control, and they have spots where their jetpacks. We force them into places where their jetpacks are no longer valid. I push on Mohawk, and I end up getting killed by that guy who was still crouching over there. I hope Dan can get something. Dan is now trapped on the street, and I try and tell him to stay alive, but that's not the case. King Joker's slightly exposed, but now we're only up by 4. We're starting to lose our lead. I tell him, yo, calm down, let's work together. King Joker pushed out while he was weak, Dan caught him off guard. I say, yo, let's push on these guys. This guy spawns here. I just barely missed the rail, and my thruster like hits like 3 ledges that all push me off towards the side. Kind of stinks, but it happens. Dan's now all alone down low. We need 2 kills to win. They need 7. We're feeling pretty good about it. Kruger ends up dying. I know I have to push on this guy in order to get off top middle. I've got the speed boost. Can thrust this way. Dan and I can pinch this guy. Dan's not really paying attention. He's still weak though. Dan finally turns around, and we only need 1 more kill to win. I'm pushing down low on the flank. I catch this guy down here. Dan is up on top middle. Thrust with my speed boost, get the melee. Hopefully Dan can finish off that kill on the one shot. Doesn't happen. Looks like he's crouch walking. We're both going to crouch walk. And we nade once we see him. And he gets the needle kill for the win. And that's how you beat 2 guys who are running jetpack, light rifle, 2 primaries, you know, trying their pants off in team doubles and trying to use everything in their favor. We decided to completely counter their strategy, and we ended up winning by 5 kills, which is a decent amount.